going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and another video. Thank you guys for tuning in. So last video I put out was regarding the Pico tank, and it was me showing you the initial setup of the tank, how I went about doing that. Today I'm going to go ahead and show you the upgrades of the tank, how the tank is doing, and just some of the livestock in the tank right now. So if you're not sure, or if you don't know or haven't watched the video, I currently have a 7-gallon Lifegard Aquatics all-in-one Pico tank. So let me switch the camera over, guys, and I'll show you what we got going on. Alright, guys, here is my Lifegard Aquatics 7-gallon all-in-one Pico tank. So I know you guys gonna first see that yellow tang in there, so let me address that right off the bat. This is a yellow tang, a very small one, probably about 2 inches. I just picked him up at Aquarium Care Center while I was over there, and he is only, I repeat, only acclimating in this tank as well as quarantining. Now I'm a little busy with this stuff right now, so I was unable to set up an additional quarantine tank, and right now I only have 2 fish in this system, 2 other fish in this system, so it was my best bet to throw them in here rather than to jeopardize my 12 or so fish in that system. So he's gonna be in here for now, go through his quarantining for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and then he's gonna go into the 40-gallon for a while, let him grow out a bit, and then I will go ahead and get him into an appropriate size tank when he's outgrown those. Now, for all the people that are out there complaining about tanks, let me just address this. These fish, yes, do require larger tanks at larger sizes. I absolutely agree. However, at smaller sizes, these fish are perfectly fine in an appropriately sized aquarium, just like anything else. Certain other animals will require larger space at different sizes in their life, and as they mature, as they grow out, they're going to obviously require larger areas. Again, you see these fish come from very small quarters in fish stores for weeks on end, and we don't see anyone bashing the fish stores. So let's cut the frankly, I call it BS, and just as long as the fish are appropriately sized for the tank they're in, just let people be. The fish is healthy, the fish is happy, just let it be. I wanted to go over a few things with this tank. So far, this light is doing very well. Again, it's a light by Lumi. I forget the name at the moment, but I will probably leave it in the description, or if you shoot me a comment, I'll be able to address that for you. I actually have this light turned down as far as it can go right now. There is some supplemental light here from my film light. However, when this film light is away, you can see right now it's only running blues. It does have a relatively full spectrum, some other colors, reds and whatnot, but I have everything turned off except for my blues, and I have the blues turned down as well because I was getting some hair algae and it was getting blasted with light. So as you can see, I picked up an emerald crab, and before you freak out, yes, he's on the Monty, and yes, you may see him pick at the Monty, but these guys are just kind of a indiscriminate picker. He's not necessarily aiming to eat the Montipora. He's actually just grabbing whatever he gets and putting it in his mouth. Unless it becomes a habitual stopping ground for him, then no harm, no foul. I went to the frag swap this weekend and I picked up 2 corals. These were the only 2 things I picked up from the swap itself. I did pick up another haul from Jeremy Shank over at Sky's Lagoon, but that's a regular occurrence. So I picked up this really cool clay coral fungia. It has red tips on the top of its tentacles, and it's doing really well. I mean, much better than the one, my green fungia in my other tank. But as you can see here, look at that extension. That is looking very, very happy. Now this one is a bit damaged on the side, as you can see here. However, I did take a risk with it because I did identify that it did look like it was dropping or producing some babies, and you know, I took that risk, and so far I can say the plate itself is doing really well, and I don't expect to have any issues with it anytime soon. Also, I picked up this sort of grafted Monty. I forget the name. I picked these two guys up from Mo's Reef on Facebook, MOSREEF, I believe it is. And yeah, he had some really nice stuff. I wish I was able to pick up some more stuff, but I was in a very time crunch situation, as well as I kind of blew my budget on something. So you know, I was kind of hindered there. But as you can see, I picked up this really nice Scully from Jeremy. Hooked me up with a really good deal on that guy. Moving back here, you see the Sun-Kissed Bounce. That was a really good deal. Jeremy was able to hook me up with that. Also, Mo's Reef does have some really good deals on some Sun-Kissed Bounces and some really other cool coral. So I'll definitely go check him out. I have been scouring his website a little bit. But beyond the Sun-Kissed Bounce is another one. I'm not going to try and really get a good shot of it because I really can't right now. But this guy in the back is the Master Bounce. It's a Yuma mushroom from Aquarium Care Center. I picked this specific one up for around $250. However, there are bigger, nicer ones. I picked this little one because it had a lot more pinks in there. I could have went with another, you know, slightly colored pattern, even though they're the same thing. That one was ranging around $400, but I wanted the pinks in there, so I picked this guy up. And both the Sun-Kissed and the Master are doing really, really well in here. Moving up here, I picked this guy up from Jeremy Shanko at Sky's Lagoon, and that is a Starburst Monty Cap. And so far, it's looking well. Very happy. Nice purple tip green frog spawn, and beyond that, it's hard to see, but that little stick sitting there is I believe, a forest fire digitata. So overall, the tank is doing really well, guys. No real complaints. As far as livestock, there have been some changes. The Tangaroa didn't make it very long. I believe he just couldn't stand up to Dash, which is right here. My splendid dotty back, who is a bully. As well as my jawfish jumped during a water change. That was the first water change on the tank, so I was kind of doing a big one, and I had the lid off during the change, and at some point, you know, I walked away while it was draining. He jumped, thought something was up, but thought nothing of it because I thought he just hid from me. Next day, found him on the floor. So that's a sad story for Jaws, but we will be getting another one, I hope. We will see. But I have some other plans for this tank just in case, so don't be surprised if it doesn't go the same way. Also in here, under this rock, which you can't really see, I have a cherry pistol shrimp. Really nice guy. He has been having some compatibility issues with my dotty back. Well, I should say my dotty back has been having some compatibility issues with him. However, you know, they've seemed to come to some type of agreement of sorts, and they've been kind of leaving each other alone. If you look in the rockwork right here, I just have a flower anemone. It's actually doing really well in this tank. So far, this tank is doing super well. No issues in here. I'm about to feed it in a little bit. So once I get these algae issues taken care of, you know, everything should be really well. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about the upgrades with this tank. So essentially, I did mention that I wanted to upgrade the pump in there, which I did. I upgraded it to a Kedsum 130 gallon per hour adjustable pump from Amazon. It will fit in the pump chamber and you will be able to use the original equipment. So if you're interested in that pump, head over there, pick it up. So far it's been nothing but reliable. As for my heater, I did go with the you can see the controller right here, but I went with a Phoenix 50-watt titanium heater, and there's plenty of room in here. The heater is more than capable of heating this tank, and so far no issues. I turned all my tank temperatures down from 76 to 74. I just felt like 76 was a little on the warm side, and I think 74 would be a good temperature for them. And so far, you know, the heaters have been responding very well to the reduction in load. What else? I am still running the eBay auto top off. It's kind of hard to see, but water goes down there into the return pump. Here is the Kedsum return pump. You can see that guy right there. He's adjustable right now. He's almost all the way on the min, and it's still super powerful. That black box you see there is the setup for the auto top off. It goes up here. You see this white cable. It just goes to a float valve. So far, it's been nothing but reliable. I need a more powerful pump, but the setup I have right now works. But I will get maybe like a 80-gallon pump or something a little more powerful. Maybe I'll even throw in the 100-gallon from this tank. Now, let me say something. There is absolutely no need, in my opinion, unless you're running a full Aquapora tank, to upgrade the pump in this tank. Whoever said that it was insufficient, I believe that is completely false. Unless you have a completely packed tank with lots of rock work or lots of coral, then yes, definitely upgrade. But as a minimalist setup, you definitely do not need it. Like I said, my Kedsum is turned almost all the way down, and you can still see the hammer right here, even though the nozzle is right there. If you look over here, you can vaguely see some algae swaying back and forth pretty aggressively. So you can see, check out the tentacles right here. So even all the way turned down, this is the result. So definitely you don't need to do it, but if you have a more aggressive route work, aquascape and whatnot, go ahead. Back there I also picked up a fighting conch. Conch or conch. I come from the Caribbean, so we say a conch, but here's a conch for whoever pronounces it that way. So there's your conch, and so far he's been doing well. Not doing as much of a job as I thought he would, as the flow in this tank picks up all the leftover food and dumps it right back here. Now another upgrade I did to this tank was, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but if I pull the lid back, if anyone can recognize this, this did not come with this tank. That's actually a filter sock, 200 micron filter sock for I believe it's a BioCube, maybe a BioCube 14 or 29. I'm not really sure which one, but it's for one of those. And just with a little fiddling around, it fits in there perfectly. So I run that, but I still run a piece of filter floss on top of it, so the water hits the filter floss, and anything that misses that filter floss should get into the filter sock. So that's pretty much it for the tank, guys. I just wanted to give you guys a really quick update. I know I've been having some irregular videos as of late, but that's just due to I'm busy right now. Even today I have to run some regression analysis for a midterm, and it's due at around 12 o'clock, and yeah, it's not done yet. So very busy. I actually ran down here to get a water change done on the big tank, check my salinity on the frag tank, so that I know where to go ahead and move forward next. So that's pretty much the status of everything right now. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Hopefully this tank doesn't have any issues, but we'll see. I know Ben from ID Nano Tank said after 3 weeks, finally his tank exhibited some ick. So I have stuff to treat ick that's not gonna harm my coral or my inverts, and I've been successful with it in the past. So hopefully this stuff works out. Hopefully he doesn't get ick, but in the case he does, I am marginally prepared. That's pretty much it for the tank. I really don't know what else to say about it. I do want to convert this lid and get an acrylic one that I can custom fit to this. I might talk to Telegram, see if we can work something out, get some dimensions, and maybe we can figure out something for that. But as for now, this is what I got. Tank's looking great. Alright guys, say hi to Dash. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.